I have to stay optimistic in this work because it's so easy to sort of see the doom and gloom and really be negative, but that negative energy really isn't going to propel the work further. A stands for Alliance for Climate Education, and our mission is to educate young people on the science of climate change and to empower them to take action. Over 60% of our young people that are in our Action Fellowship are youth of color. We are really tapping into the diversity of young people that climate movement needs to have at the forefront. So at its core, climate change really is a justice issue. There are folks and communities that are impacted more than others when it comes to climate change. Those of us who have less money, less resources, it's really harder to deal with the consequences of climate change, like storms and flooding, when you don't have the money and the resources. And at the same time, you're more likely to live near highways and fossil fuel power plants, factories. Also, when it comes to young people, we'll be around a lot longer than older generations and having to deal with the impacts of climate change. As students that I work with, I see many different things that brings them to the work. So some of them had those natural outdoor experiences early on, and then some students, didn't have those experiences, but they're still just as engaged. But I think because we look at climate change from this intersectional point, they don't have to come to this work from the same angle. And that's important. Like when we talk about engaging different communities, everybody is not going to relate to a story of, thinking about the Outer Banks, because maybe everyone hasn't been there before. I had one student who was really involved in a social justice club at her high school and really had a fire lit inside of her because of thinking about issues of police brutality and realizing that, a lot of issues have connections or root causes. And so I think kind of acknowledging that there's many different points from where students are coming from is a way to really be open and inviting more students in. I hear someone say, why aren't certain students in this movement? But we have to sort of acknowledge the issues that they're facing and thinking about on a daily basis. And some students aren't dreaming about the mountains. They're wishing they had access to healthy foods in their community. And so maybe that's something that would connect them to the climate movement. And I see so many young people and people of color that are very involved in leaders in the climate movement. And we really need that. We need a diverse climate movement because it's really going to take all of us from many different backgrounds to help solve the issue of climate change.